Let's get started.
The truth that sets you free may also tear your life apart.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the find of the century.
All right. Damn it. How am I sounding? How's everybody doing? Welcome. Welcome to GIRAFFEBALLZ. It's your Uncle Jeff. I'm here. Just getting my shit proper. Getting myself in position to where I need to be. Great to see y'all in here. Oh, goddamn 16 of you. What's happening? Oh, is my shit improper? My shit is still improper. Now it's not. All right. Dre, what's happening? Frank, what's happening? Cousin Annis, Kells. Zero in the place. Fuck you, man, with the other name, Blue Haze. Seventh Element. Everybody up in here. Wow. Good to see y'all. Good to know y'all in the place. I am well, people. I cannot complain. I could, but who gives a fuck? No one really. Xylon, what's happening? Having my Harney and Sons tea, Earl Grey, with a little sea moss infused tea water. For lunch, I had red beans and brown rice. Yum, yum. After very invigorating workout, I got to tell Mrs. Brown something. Y'all hold tight. Hey, just bring it in the house. You don't have to bring it upstairs. My blue watch, I left it on the hood of the T-Bird to get some sunlight because it ran down. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Yes. So, I must have a watch. I am naked. I'm naked without a watch, people. I gotta have a watch on. Grown ass man. Keep a watch on. Okay. Can't walk around with my shit. I feel naked. Like something's missing if I don't have my watch. So, that done. Welcome to GIRAFFEBALLZ, where we get high as giraffe balls. I'm running a little low on my mullet. I gotta replace my mullet. And what a lovely smell. Gotta replace my mullet and get myself ready to go back into the weed world. I'm gonna delve back into the weed world, people. I just ain't gonna do it on the level I was doing it, because that's not necessary. I find I basically was put myself on a tour of duty at the goddamn space station for about a year. It was, and I didn't know until I stopped smoking it how my level of clarity had not even clarity. My way of seeing things had altered significantly on a level that and let me say this right, because I'm a staunch weed advocate. It's an absolute healer. It's great for you. You just don't need to be where I was, which was either high or sleep. I don't need to go back there for a while. I might, but for now, my degree of focus and clarity, I really do appreciate, and I appreciate y'all for spending a little piece of your afternoon with me. Shout out to yo. You was lacking weed for us, Jedi. Glad you fixed the Velvet Matrix. That's hilarious, Zyla. Yeah. I gotta get my shit right. Gotta keep my mind right and do all things in balance. All things in balance. And my weed consumption was out of balance. It was a bit much for my particular function. Now, is that to shit on the consumption of others? Hell no. That ain't even to say I won't go back to doing it. But I needed to cycle off. I saw the need, and I'm happy I did. And when I go back, I'm probably only gonna smoke with y'all a little more, maybe a little more than I smoke with y'all. Like a little more than I do here will be what I do in my weed entirety. I most definitely will not be living it up like I was. Mama, come on, knock it off. There must be somebody close. Somebody must have went by my goddamn door. She gonna let your ass know. She gonna voice her little fussy ass opinion. So y'all gonna hear that in the background from time to time. It's small price to pay for knowing I got something that'll tear your motherfucking ass up if you wander in here. What are we saying? Yeah, nothing wrong with cycling down. Yeah. Y'all empowering me and my generation. Know that. All right, Brother Dre. Yeah, young Jedi. I love to hear that. I love that's the whole point of me doing any of this. My drive is constituted by that very thing. That, I have some things I want to accomplish. I have some things, in my opinion, that are left undone. But one of the key elements, one of the key elements for me is the fact that I am not in a position to not look back. I'm not in a position to not look back. I have to. I Brother Cortez, I cannot live with myself, with you making my mistakes in your ignorance. How the fuck you gonna fuck up in a way I already fucked up? What sense does that make? It doesn't. And yeah, brother, true. Detoxing and cleansing can only be beneficial. This nigga right here. Hey, cousin Alice, that's the homie. Hey, so yeah, I'm oh, that's good. Taking myself down and easing it up, you know. I don't I quit blunts down to vapes, trying to get down to edibles. Well, if I can be honest with you, brother Zen, vapes are not much more it's not much more safe than edibles. In fact, because people think it might be, I submit to you that it's more dangerous because unless you are vaping the flower through a vaporizer, not the vape pen, not the vape pen, the flower. Yeah. Yeah, Kels, vape is worse than smoking, and that's THAN. That's THAN. Your then says when. The other one compares. THAN is a comparison. THEN is a quantifier of time. Not now, but then. I'm a grammar Nazi. Yeah, cousin Annis. Metals and nickel and yeah, that's heavy metal, bruh. It's a bitch. Don't. I feel you. Your breathing is way better vaping, but your liver isn't. Your kidneys aren't. Your bones aren't. All that. Weed pens, all that. No, bro. No. Look it up. I'm not making this shit up. If you're going to vape, it's going to be an expensive proposition out the gate at first. To buy the really good, like a tornado vaporizer. And vape weed, the flower. It heats it up without the combustion. It heats it up without the combustion. But anything, just, do what you're doing. But don't fool yourself into believing that what you're doing is healthy. Because it is not. You take your steps in whatever time or order you like, but don't play with you telling you that when you use a vape pen, you are being healthy. You are not. Blunts, you are not. It's tobacco. You might as well smoke a cigarette. There are unhealthy ways to ingest weed. My next investment will be to get off of butane and start using just the wick. Smoke them if you got them. I strongly suggest mix mullein with your weed. Yeah, Kels. The dryer vaporizer. Yeah. I love the unhealthy blunts. Yeah. Bro, look. Do you think I didn't stop eating chicken wings because it tastes bad. Okay? I wasn't eating them, I wasn't eating chicken wings because it made me unhappy. Oh, I got some tea on this keyboard. Y'all gotta hold on. I done fucked up. Tip number 621 from your Uncle Jeff. Always steal hotel towels. Steal you some hotel towels. Leave a little room in your bag when you pack. Steal hotel towels. It's a great thing to do because you never know when you're going to have to wipe some shit up. I got dogs, kids. You're going to always need house towels is what I call them. Old t-shirts. I don't throw no old t-shirts out. I cut it down the front. I cut it down the front, down the back, and I cut the sleeves off, and I make rectangles out of it. And that's good old banana leaf. Where you get banana leaves from, Zero? I need I switch off blunt to paper using mullen every time. Might be defeating the purpose, but it saves double the money. The tree. No, bruh. That's only smart. Okay, Dre. I tell anybody this. If you're going to, because I'm going to start doing it. If you're going to smoke weed, you stupid if you don't cut it with half mullen. Cut your weed with mullen. You're only, it's only smart. Lloyd Hinton, it's only smart. I will carve a carrot into a pipe if I have to. I've actually used a pen, like the old school big pens. We take the center out, and I've cored an apple and use an apple. It's wonderful smoking weed through an apple. Oh man. But yeah, dude. The whole point of this journey in the earth suit. Okay. Banana trees. Nigga, you gonna have me around here trying to light a banana peel. Which I'm pretty sure is not. They say the weed smoke ain't healthy because it's GMO. I'm just saying. Well, I guess it depends upon who grows your weed. Because you can get organic seeds and grow a pot yourself. My grower uses all natural, no chemicals, no yeah, smoke and snack at the same time. Yeah, well, true. You just told on yourself. I can tell you ain't never smoked no weed through an apple. Because I tell you, once you do that, the last thing you want to do with that son bitch is eat it. Yeah. I have seeds collected. That's going to be a cash crop. Absolutely. Yeah, if it don't have seeds, you can't regrow it. Yeah, you don't want to eat that apple, bro. That's some bullshit. That apple, rather. You don't, because it's got the soot in it. But this mullen is where it be. Now, again, partly because I've been busy and partly because nothing has hit me with passion, did I super develop today's show. Spark One, the show today is not that, it's loose. I had a couple devil dogs in here, Lloyd Hinton and Zero. So my frat brothers, that's what cracked me up with you. Alpha Phi Alphas and the Sigmas and the Kappas. Y'all cute with it. My fraternity is Semper Fi. Man, I went to that ball. Shout out to my next door neighbor, Michael. It was beautiful. No, you're gonna eat the soot, True, because the soot get right in the apple. I was ROTC. I wouldn't even mention that. I wouldn't have mentioned that. I wouldn't have. That's like somebody saying I was in the NFL and you say, "Well, I had the electronic football. I got Madden." That's God bless you, Lloyd. God bless you, Devil Dog. Thank you. Thank you very much. I got to get used to the super chat, man. I got to get used to it. And I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all all for the money, for the time. You 24 people could be doing any fucking thing right now you wanted to. Recon, bro. Okay, for those of you who don't understand, Marine Recon, that's what happens when the Marines call the Marines. Recon is that other shit. I wasn't Recon, Lloyd. I wasn't Recon. I had one of the cushest jobs in the military. I was avionics. I worked on flight control systems for CH-53s and CH-46s. That's what I did. I don't pretend. I jumped out of some planes. I threw some grenades. This I'm not saying nothing that Marines don't do. You can jump qual if you want. That's easy. I wanted to jump qual, so while I was on the WTI in Yuma, they was giving jump quals. I got one. Goes toward being promoted. I wasn't concerned with being promoted because I knew I was not finna do no 20 years of this shit. Not sorry I got in, not sorry I got out. Yeah. Recon is yes he did, Kels. Yes he did. Recon is some hardcore shit. That's some hardcore live in the field for days. Sneak up on you right while you got your security and kill everybody. Or just you. But shout out to anybody who found themselves in the armed services, especially let's go down that road. Especially minorities. That's a little different than poor white people. Poor white people are a little different because no one buys into or can be considered more patriotic than black people because we fight for a country that does not recognize us as humans. We fight for a country that enslaved us and grew to be the nation's superpower on the backs of our free labor. And I think I speak for everybody when I say, especially when you enlist. Enlisted people generally have these two things in common. A, they didn't get straight A's in school, and B, their parents ain't rich. That's why you join the military. That's why I joined. I could have had straight A's, but my life was so fucking chaotic as a teenager, and I was so unfocused in said chaos that I spent 7 years in grammar school. I went from the 5th grade, never went to the 7th. I was in the 6th grade for 2 days. And then the teacher, Miss Titus, had me tested. I went to test, and no, 3 days. I was in for 2 days. She ordered the test. I took the test on a Saturday. The results came back Monday that I was a genius, and they wanted to put me in the 9th grade. And my mother wouldn't allow it. Thank God. So I made a double to the 7th, where I was easily the smartest kid in that class. And because I was a big fucking nerd, I had asthma, which you're not supposed to be able to join the Marines with, but they couldn't detect it by the time I was 17. It was gone. So, where was I? Yes. I joined the Marines to escape the Inglewood section of Chicago. Lloyd, where you from, Doc? 6023 South Damon, right across the street from Lynn Bloom Park, and used to go to Lynn Bloom, right around the corner. That's so. Wow, dope story. Grandfather was in the Air Force in the 60s. He purposely tried to fail his tests and basic training to get sent to Vietnam. Do that for, but a white sergeant realized what he was doing and saved his life by sending him to Romania as a spy. Dude, that's a dope story. Okay. 69th and May, you might know the Jet family. Them Jets, Jett, Sharon, Shelley. Miss, just shout out to the Jets. 67th and Carpenter, they used to stay. That's my church family. I love y'all. Hey, Lovelace, you didn't miss nothing. We just in here talking shit right now. But you can never. I escaped one hell for the potential of another. But in this other hell, it was legal for me to carry a gun, and there were no roaches. Like shit. No roaches trying to call in my ear. No niggas trying to rob me. Where do I sign? Not realizing that these were both, I was leaving one oppressive construct for another. And as long as I could luck out and not have to fight for and possibly give my life, that I could play a few cards here. Just put a few cards in my hand. Being a veteran, put some cards in your hand. I strongly suggest this. Brother Lloyd, I ain't got to tell Zero. He probably he feel worse than what I'm finna tell you. Man, I'm telling you, take advantage of all that veteran shit. It's a bunch of it. Okay, if you have any children that are college age, whatever state you live in, they can go to a state college for free. Man, that's a great name. That's a great name for a story. A different floor of hell. That's what it was for me. Because I knew I lived in Chicago. I had a bad temper and I didn't carry a gun and I was good looking. You know what that means? I'm gonna fuck around, get a girl pregnant, somebody jealous of, I'm gonna wind up either getting shot or going to jail over some dumb shit. I saw that formula early. And I was like, I need to get the fuck away from y'all. I already know that. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it ain't gonna be here. It's not going to be here. I got to get out of here. And as much as Chicago is beloved to me. I love Chicago. It's in me. It's a 63rd and Halsted is in me. Okay. Funtown Song is in me. Huck Finn Donuts is Harold's Chicken. Italian Fiesta Pizza. Whole Toy. These are all restaurants that'll kill you if you eat there too much. Portillo's. Oh my God. The food, the way of dress, the way of thinking. I'm 100% just retired the state. I don't know what that means. Well, I know what the 100% mean. Do you experience high-level racism in the Marines? Good question, Kels. I'm going to answer that in a second. You from 63rd? Kind of, sort of, Jelani. I'm from 60th and Damon. So that puts me between 59th and 63rd, between Ashland and what's my street? Western. Between Ashland and Western. That block. That was my neighborhood, sort of. So but I lived on 60th and Damon. So yeah. That part of Inglewood, 60th and Damon. I got robbed on the Dan Ryan platform at the 63rd exit. From State to the Lake. Yeah, that's east. Yeah. That's the closest thing Chicago has to an east side. It really doesn't have an east side. Over there by Exchange, that's sort of the east side. But the east side of Chicago is Lake Michigan. We got a west, a north, and a south. Now, let's get back to Kel's question. Do you experience high-level racism in the Marines? Well, that's kind of a time-sensitive question. I'm sure the racism my uncle Bobby and my stepfather, what's up, Reek? My stepfather, I'm sure the racism that they experienced was heavier than what I experienced. Oh, you mean that? Oh, did I personally experience? No. I got some pretty good stories about the difference between racism. Because here's the deal. What generally happens is something galvanizes people when you put them all together and treat them like shit. Because there were no segregated barracks. Just like in a Full Metal Jacket, my senior drill instructor, the next morning after we were turned over to him by the series commander, he said, okay, I want my kikes here, my wops here, my chinks here, my beaners here, and my niggas over here. Move now. And everybody kind of went to where the area he had made for their pejoratives. He said, all of you are equally wrong because all of you are equally worthless. You are equally worthless. If your parents had any pull, you would be the last. This would be the last place you would be. You wouldn't be here if your parents had any pull. Marines are just different shades of green. But you aren't Marines yet. You are the lowest form of human life. You are only United States Marine Corps recruits, which means your parents don't have no money and don't give a fuck about you, which is why you're here. I'm not here to make Marines. That is not my only job. I am also here to figure out who does not belong in my beloved Corps. And if you a punk, I will weed you out and you will go home a punk with a haircut. Do you understand? Yes, sir. And that's when the shit began. And shit it was. Shit it was. Is shit to this day that as I'm getting back in shape, y'all gonna be able to see it in a minute. You give me by Valentine's Day, my shit gonna be tight. To know where the limit is. As a 57-year-old man, it has backed down by nature, but I know where my limit is, and it isn't where I think. Your limit is never ooh wee, ooh wee. Let me throw this on y'all niggas. Y'all ain't ready for this. Now the show got a purpose. We've been just kind of marking time till the purpose showed up, and it just did. Woo! Don't cry. Your limit is beyond your first 3 stops. Your limit is beyond your first 3 stops. Now, I'm going to start out with running and take it somewhere else. Let's just say you want to jog to get in shape. And you have warmed up well. You have stretched well, stretched your calves out. I strongly suggest that you put the balls of your feet on a curb with your ankles hanging off and slowly let your weight come down so you don't rip your fucking Achilles tendon, and stretch the back of your calf. Get a good stretch. Let that stretch and just sit there and you'll feel it. You'll think that's as far as you can go, and then you'll go a little further. And you'll go a little further. And you'll go a little further. Let that stretch out. You stretch your hamstrings. Grab the instep of your foot and pull your leg up to your heel is touching right under your butt. If that's your mathematics, maybe your shit is longer or shorter than that. That's what happens with me. And then get a hold of something to keep you balanced if you can't with one foot, and lean back and feel the front of your hamstring. Stretch that out. Stretch your whole body so that you want to stretch so that you can avoid injury. Take off jogging. The first signal that you get, ooh, I'm winded. I think I better stop. We better stop. That's the part of you that's trying to take care of you. You tell that part of you out of your mouth, shut up. Say the words, shut up. I got this. And keep going. Depending upon what shape you in, will be how long before you hear that voice again go, oh, you don't want to have no heart attack out here. Oh. Shut up. If I die here, I die doing better. Keep going. You'll hear another one. Tell that third one to shut up and go till you get to the fourth shut up. And be honest with you about where that is. Push it back. And then I want you to stop and look back at the distance between where you made it to and where you got the first shut up. That is the difference in potential that we all have. And that distance grows and grows the more you tell yourself to shut up. The more you tell the quit you to shut the fuck up. the more the difference in potential between what you're going to do and what you're not going to do grows. What you could possibly do as opposed to what you got done when you listened to that first stop. Don't listen to it. Don't kill yourself, but you are going to learn what is possible. I did not know I could run for 6 miles in the hot sun non-stop with a 60-pound pack on my back and a rifle. I had no idea I could do that. 35-pound pack on my back and a rifle. I had no idea I could do that. I had no idea that I could take that same backpack. Alice pack is what it's called. And float in water for 1 hour holding an M16A1 rifle and tread water. I had no idea I could do that. I had no idea that I could put a round in the center of a pizza box from 3 football fields away. I had no idea I could do that. I had no idea that I could run an obstacle course that was built to be beyond the limits of a normal human. I didn't know. I didn't know that I could get with 59 other people and think with one mind. I didn't know that. To this day, if me, Zero, and my man Lloyd are in the same area, that the shit hits the fan in. If we're in the same area, if there was an attack on an area that me, Zero, and Lloyd were in, we could immediately move like a unit of 3. We would immediately group how many weapons we got, who we got to kill, which way do we go to either safety or reinforcements. Those are not civilian thoughts. Those are not thoughts I had before Halloween 1983. They weren't. I didn't know to think like that. I didn't know how to kill with anything I get my hands on. Or to even think, how do you kill with this? If you had to kill somebody with it, how would you do it? I didn't think that way. But I was taught that. And it was galvanized in me, and it is in there to this day. That's why they say you can't be a Navy or a Air Force or a Coast Guard. Who would want that? Or a Army. You are a Marine till the day you die. Because there's just certain shit you cannot turn off. There's certain violent shit about you that you can't turn off. This is why I avoid, especially in my older age. Man, I got bullied a lot when I was young. That's why I started taking martial arts, because I used to get my ass whooped. And nigga, when I first got in the Marine Corps, oh, you could get it. You could get it. You want it? You get it. I got older. Started looking at life different. I stopped letting that dude lead. I got him. He's in a glass case. If you break in my house, I might not come down the steps with one of my firearms. I might come down with a couple of machetes and go to work. I don't know. I don't want to attract that energy. But if it comes, I am more than ready. I am more than ready. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my experience in the Marines. I'm thankful for the white, Mexican, Filipino, Puerto Rican, the friends I made, the exposure to country music. You don't have a choice. Okay, they don't put all the rockers over here and all the soul brothers over here. They don't do it. Not in 1983. They didn't. You all in here together with your broke asses. And if the shit hits the fan, you will have to depend upon one another to save your very lives. So we don't have time for this racism shit. Racism is a function of economics. Racism, by default, I could not experience racism with other troops because racism is about keeping resources from another group. Bigotry is what most, especially black people, get confused with this. I love that. That's one of my favorite lines in Training Day. Kells. Shout out to Denzel Washington. Without question, hands down, the finest actor of our time. Get the fuck out of here. The Corps now has its own MMI, Marine and Martial Arts Institute. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, we didn't have that. We were just taught different ways to kill. Which thing? The we were taught we were taught that, and it's the truth. When you are enlisted, what the republic that you enlist from is saying is that the only thing you have to offer us as a country is your flesh. You don't have shit else to offer. And that's why you are enlisted as opposed to commissioned. So what I told, and shout out to God damn it, my mind is sharper, but let me see. Shout out to Master Gunnery Sergeant Eugene Woolridge, who was a staff sergeant at the time when he recruited me, who was also an avionics dude. He recruited me into the Marines from Chicago on the South Side. That man helped save my life, and I owe him a big old thank you and a hug. Because I don't know what I would be. I'm very thankful. But yeah, to dig in a little deeper, Kells, racism is not yelling nigger from a moving car. Derek Chauvin, the man who killed George Floyd, was not a racist. George Zimmerman, not a racist. What's the white boy's name that shot up the church? Dylan Roof, not a racist. Those were active, violent bigots. They were bigots. Bigots carry out the orders of the racists. Racists go to Washington. Racists come up with serums and vaccines and shit. Racists draw the red lines where you can't live. Bigots enforce those lines. And it is very, very important. It seems like a small thing, but it isn't. You have to search far and wide. Woo! Here. Yeah, your limit is beyond your first 3 stops. Let's get past that. Okay. We're gonna keep Uncle Jeff's weed speed. We can get rid of this A, B, and C. These banners only allow you 50. So you have to get rid of some of them. This is gonna be worth it, y'all. This is why Zero I can only program a show so much. I have to let it come to me. Know this. Let me put the right shit up under me. Kabam. Let's let that run. Okay. You have to search far and wide to find an ignorant racist or an intelligent bigot. Let me do that one more time. You got to search far and wide. You have to search far and wide to find an ignorant racist or an intelligent bigot. Bigots are fucking stupid. Racists are very smart. And they're smart enough to mix themselves with the bigots and have us make them the same. They're not. As a matter of fact, bigotry, yes. Here come the show. Here we go. Ignorance is a bigotry prerequisite. Ignorance is a bigotry prerequisite, just as intelligence is a racism prerequisite. You cannot be an ignorant racist. It takes too much planning. How can you be ignorant and get together with a group of people to devise a plan to gentrify the whole country at once? You can't do that as a bigot. Bigots set fires to shit. Bigots yell nigger. You can't do that. You think bigots came up with redlining? No. Racists came up with redlining and bigots enforced it. I ain't having them niggers wave around. Get the fuck away from me, nigger. That's a bigot. A racist. Oh, let us see now. How shall we keep the Negroes in one area long enough to devalue the property and then come back later, buy it cheap and kick them out? You can't be stupid and do that. Know the difference. Don't let people fuck you up with that. Thank you so much, Ghetto Gourmet. The next time that you hear somebody say something ignorant about black people, the next thing, yeah, there you go. Woo! Okay, here come Dre with the goddamn 3-pointers. Yes. The crack scene. Crack. The police that put you in jail for selling crack were active bigots. The man responsible for putting it in every fucking major city in America in the 80s was Ronald Reagan, a racist. That's different. Racists do not do the work generally of bigots, and vice versa, because they cannot. A racist wouldn't get his hands dirty with bigoted shit. You gotta know that difference. Stop calling dumb niggas. Please stop calling dumb fucking hillbillies and backwards inbred banjo picking barefoot country fuck trailer trash racists. If you are an ignorant hillbilly living in a double wide, you are not a racist. I am sorry to tell you, you do not qualify. They got a plan for your ignorant ass too. You're just a bigot. Stop, black people. Oh, that was racist. No, it wasn't. It was bigoted. Who put him in motion is who you need to be looking at. That's your racist. Who makes your policies? Who gets voted on and ignores you? Barack Obama was a racist. He got in office and fucking ignored you. Hip-hop artists that make music about killing each other, they're active bigots. They just don't know it. We have got to make that distinction. It is so fucking important. It's not a minor thing. It's not splitting hairs. It's not semantics to sound smart. It is very fucking important that if you call yourself a member of this dojo, you are not allowed to call ignorant white people racists. They are not. The same country clubs your black ass can't get in, they can't either, because they're not racists. Racists are intelligent. Racists are generally powerful. Racists are generally wealthy. Bigots are none of that. Thank you from Daryl. Thank you, Daryl. Don't be a goofy. Republicans and Democrats, melanated Klan members, absolutely. You see how China is teaching Nigerian languages to their kids. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, star pupil young Jedi Bruce with another one over the fence. Why do you think that is? So that they can grow up and control Nigerians. We done ran out of room in China. Every other continent needs Africa. Africa don't need shit from nobody. Every other continent. The next war will be fought over Africa. You can believe that. But more than likely. There you go. Another one. Heru Ali. Trump, racist. January 6ers, bigots. I call Democrats and Republicans high-paid gang members, Bloods and Crips. Bruh. Here. Speaking of Dr. Umar, and yeah, Zero, I'm gonna get my music ready. You're right. I got to cue my goddamn music. Dr. Umar Church. One of my favorite clips online. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. Congrats on getting your school off the ground, bro. I sincerely hope it gets rolling like you want, so you can shut the mouth these mammy-made niggas that got dirt in their mouth for you. And I'm not saying you perfect, but I don't see anybody talking that shit like you talking that shit. And you get mad kudos and respect from me. I fucks with you. This sadly only has 65,000 views. It should have 65 million. It is Yes Dictionary. He's up in it. He's up in it. Better to get investing in the motherland as soon as I can. I will be. Young brother Bruce, when you get your pennies together to go vacationing, I strongly suggest Ghana. The only thing expensive about it is the flight. The rest of it, pennies on the dollar. It's a great place to go. Okay. Yeah. So let me bring in Dr. Umar here. And we're going to get to cracking with this in here. Now, that's let me know if y'all listening to me on headphones, because if you are, well, other than that goddamn truck outside, then you can hear what I'm doing with that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell this. I want y'all to check this out, and I want you to check out and identify the racist in this particular equation.
For that money, even though they was no good, but you do get something for your money. But when you put your money in the church bucket, what do you get back? Hope in a future after you die. And my position on that, if I have to die to experience heaven, I don't need that religion. Anyone who tells me that I should be content with accepting hell on earth, when the white man has his heaven here, and the Chinese man has his heaven here, and the Arab and East Indian has his heaven here, and they're even building their heaven in my ghetto, and you're telling me I got to die in order to experience what they are getting right now? That's a religion I don't need, because that's a religion for servitude. And so we have to put the black church to task and ask them, what are you doing with our Jesus money? Let me tell you what they're doing with your Jesus money. Every black church in America has their money in a white bank. It is the white banks that are funding the regentrification ethnic cleansing movement. So all of us go to church. We put $3 million in the church coffers every Sunday. $3 million goes to a white bank every Sunday. And guess what they do on Monday? They take $3 million of black people's white Jesus money and they give loans to white land developers and businesses and entrepreneurs to come into the ghetto where the church is located, buy up all the property, and force grandma out on the street homeless. Now, grandma been going to that church for 30 years. Grandma been giving that church $50 every Sunday. And lo and behold, grandma had to finally face the reality that it was your Jesus money that put your ass on the street.
Dig that. Now, y'all tell me, how's the music mix? Is it good? Is it too loud? In that formula, let me know who is the racist and who the active bigot is. In the formula of church, thank you, Rob L. Church, bank, Big Mama, and those people involved. I want y'all working on that as I let you motherfuckers in here with your smoke. Bring your smoke on in. Bring the smoke on in. I'll bring the smoke on in. I hope I'm in time with the music. I guess I'll check later. Come through. It's wound up being racism versus bigotry. I hope so, Brother Bruce. I'm hoping we get to a point where Dr. Umar can get his props. Is he full of himself sometimes? Yes. Is he arrogant sometimes? Yes. I see it. I recognize it because I'm both of those. Nasir, I am both arrogant and full of myself at times. So far, that's what you got on him now that he got his school up and running. Or he's getting his shit together with his school. First, y'all had that. So what you got on him, sit tight, Bruce, is that true. Y'all sit tight. So far, what you got on him is that he arrogant, he full of himself, and apparently he likes pussy. Yeah, that sounds like me. I can't take any marks off for those three. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Umar Johnson. Because bruh puts the paint where it ain't. And in that particular equation that you just saw, I would like for you to show me the bigot and the racist and who they are. And there's a bunch of little pieces in there that you can use. Come on in. The first two couple of diehards up in here is my main men, Bruce and Brother True. What's happening, man?
What's happening?
What say y'all? What's on your mind?
Oh man. Yeah, that's always bothered me for a while. That people don't recognize the difference between bigots and racists. They want, and especially you see it on social media all the time, seeing people calling everything racist, but in actuality, they're the agents of it. They carry out what the racists set out for them to do, or they try to anyway.
Right.
So, because race, to imply somebody is racist, it means they have power over you. Bigots don't have no power over me.
Wow. Bigots do not, bruh. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Go deeper. Bigots don't have any power over me. Go down that road.
No, they don't really have any power because, like I said, they're carrying out the direction or the instructions of the racists.
Right.
The racists aren't really going to step out there and go bomb churches or bomb schools or go shoot up a bunch of black folks. They're going to get people to do it. Or they're going to convince people to go do it for them.
Sure.
While they sit back laughing and collecting for the most part. That's really all they do. And like anytime we don't.
Okay, yeah.
For example,
go ahead.
At least several times before it goes elsewhere, all we do is feed it, just like we feeding a stuffed pig, especially during the holiday season.
Right.
You're gonna see more black, especially black folk. You're gonna see more and more going to Walmart, going to Target, not even thinking about spending their money with black businesses first.
Right.
Or at all. They're just going to ignore them for the most part.
Absolutely.
If you keep feeding the pig and you wonder why black businesses are struggling, because you won't support them. That's really what it boils down to.
Now, I must say this, and I want your input on that as you think about, contemplate, you and Bruce both, the racists and active bigots in the equation I gave with the video of Dr. Umar. I gotta say, I'm seeing more of us get it, but that does not do away with the glutton of us that just ain't gonna wake up in time.
Right.
I'm seeing a lot more of it, bro. And it could be the circles I run in.
Mm-hmm.
It could very well be the circles I run in. But I'm seeing a lot more of our people getting down with our people. Now, what and what are you with regard of to this awakening of our people? You're in Texas. What are you seeing there? What is with regard to that?
See, a lot of people are becoming aware of what they've been doing, what they've been feeding, what they've been contributing to. And a lot of people are just getting sick and tired of it. They realize they've been contributing to the problem. So, like myself, starting my own businesses. A lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are promoting black businesses more, saying we don't have to go to them. We have our options. Do we need more? Yes. Do we have everything in place? No. But we all have to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere. And there's going to be those that don't want to go through that struggle. They are comfortable with just doing whatever they're doing. I'm no longer concerned with them, even if I'm related to them. That's on them. I know what I'm going to do. I know what my actions are going to be. So we can have discussions, but after a while, it's going to be like talking to a wall. If that becomes the case, I'm just going to save my energy. Take my energy somewhere else.
There you go, brother. Cast not your pearls. You these new lines that are being drawn. these new parallels that are being made, brother. Let's be clear about who family is. Family is a group of individuals who got together and fucked another group of individuals. And neither of those individuals asked you a goddamn thing. Sit tight, die. Coming in the room, another fellow Jedi, another master Jedi in the piece. Y'all give it up to Brother Diverse. What's happening, bro?
Greetings. How's everybody feeling?
Hey man, you keeping warm in that? You keeping warm in that cold weather?
Oh my!
You all right?
It's cold down here too.
Yeah, we getting ready to get up out of here. I wanted to say this: when you're dealing with racism, you're dealing with systems and policies as well.
Sure.
And those who control said systems and policies, right?
Absolutely.
So it's a bigot's wet dream to be a racist.
Woo! Come on, man.
Basically that's what they, because see, a bigot is a wannabe racist. Somebody who wishes they had the ability to move and create and influence systems and policies.
Bigots look up to racists.
Oh yeah, that's what they want to be when they grow up.
Right.
Whereas a racist is moving and shaking, and it's just a matter of time before they get to the trailer park trash.
Brother.
You know what I'm saying? They work on levels, they work on tiers, right? So they're dealing with this first tier first, and then they're gonna move on down the line. So that's my take on the whole, bigotry versus racism, because like the brother said, J. Rue the Damage just said that I don't have the power to be a racist. You have to have some type of power, some type of influence in order to be a racist. Yeah. Whereas this, though, I will say this, though, I want to add on a little flavor to this. You do have some bigots that have the ability to be a racist and flex it depending on what their position is in their employment.
Oh yeah.
Right?
You mean the junior? You mean the dudes with the supervisors, those with their junior racist badges? Yeah, they got their junior racism badges. Yeah.
That's like you give somebody a little bit of power and then shit go to their head.
They're in the ROTC. No diss to my man Xylon who brought that up. They're in the ROTC. The real military is the people who set up the policies that they enforce.
Exactly.
Yes. Now, what you said, something you said, put me in this mind. You know how you watch vampire movies and vampires have 3 levels when they bite somebody? The lowest level is they straight fucking kill them and just use them for food.
Right.
The second level is ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna just be like Kadeem Hardison was in Vampire in Brooklyn.
A servant.
The third level is when I make you one of me.
But if I'm thinking correctly, don't they have to be bitten twice to do that?
I don't know them rules. I know them levels. And the vampire is the racist. The ghoul is a fucking bigot.
Yep.
They're just ghouls, bro. They're ghouls. And I think a great part of picking apart, disassembling, having a hand in the crumbling of this white supremacy system is recognizing the ghouls.
Ooh, and play on words real quick. Ain't no different from goons.
Wow. Absolutely. There's not much difference at all. As a matter of fact, If you watch, has anybody here seen Peaky Blinders?
No.
Gentlemen, I challenge you. It's what I watch when I have spare time. Peaky Blinders on Netflix. It's an older series. I like older series, so I'm not stuck on the edge of my seat waiting on them to drop whatever they drop.
Right.
That's why I'm way back on the Handmaid's Tale, and I'm way, besides the fact I'm busy as fuck, way back on the shit I was watching. So you can get the whole series out of the way, and then I watch it at my leisure. If I want to watch 4 episodes, I'll watch 4 episodes. If I want to watch half of one, I'll watch half of one. You talk about some abject fucking violence. Well planned. But you talk about poor people victimizing each other so as not to be poor. Niggas didn't invent that. Not by a long shot. Watch Peaky Blinders. Watch Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is the shit. I love that show. I'm stuck. I'm hooked. It's Sons of Anarchy minus motorcycles 100 years earlier. Set between the Irish, the English, the Scottish, and the Jews. It's fucking dope.
So it's pretty much white on white crime?
Yes. White on white crime, brother.
Gangs of New York type shit, huh?
Same shit, bruh. But set in England. At the turn of the 20th century. It's really good, bro. It's really good. And you see that as much as is made of global racism, that's not really what you fucking with. That's not really what you fucking with when you look at American racism. It's different. It's different. And that's not to say that it doesn't exist. As a matter of fact, there are, and I don't talk about it often, but my Black, Native American, and Irish roots are quickly traceable. My great grandfather. Well, let me see. My father's grandfather. That makes him my great grandfather, right? My father's, or is that my great grandfather? One of them is straight up
grandfather.
My father's grandfather is my great grandfather.
Yeah.
My great grandfather was
No, that's your great grandfather. Your father's father is your grandfather. Yeah, no, you're right. My bad. Go ahead.
That's my great grandfather.
Whatever it is, we get the point. Go ahead.
Yeah, that dude was white.
Mm-hmm.
That dude was a straight up Irishman. Last name Shepherd. His name was John Shepherd.
But if you digging back that far, he was a nigga of his time.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop getting ahead of me, nigga. Exactly. The Irish were the niggas of no one gave a fiddler's fuck about the Irish. The British couldn't fucking stand them. The Jews couldn't fucking stand them. The Irish were the niggas of Europe. That's why do you think at the turn of the century, most cops in America were Irish?
Makes sense.
That's what they had them coming over here doing.
Oh, but wait. Can we dig a little deeper if we're going to go down that path?
Let's go.
When they first got here, it was still during slavery for the first round of them. And they were the indentured servants. The Irish were indentured servants, so when niggas was coming over here and being slaves for life, the Irish had to be a slave for 7 years. So they were on the same plantations as us and everything. So then when the influx of them came and they already had the ones here established, that's why they started making them cops and giving them badges, because who knows the niggas better than the motherfuckers that live with them?
Wow. Wow.
And hence you create a perpetual state where the hate just gets passed down, right? But
that's a great TV show right there.
That's the land. Look, they coined the phrase "America, the land of opportunity," right?
Right.
That's because, save for the English, every round of whites that came here went to the bottom of the caste system. But when the next influx came, they got pushed up a level. Until the next influx came, then they got pushed up a level. So you go English, Irish, Jews, and that now even look now. 10, 15 years ago, all these suburban, like Russian and Croatians and all that, they was the niggas. It was the white niggas.
Right.
And they get pushed up. The wildest thing is the Browns never still come up.
Well, here's the deal, bro. And the super mind fuck is to take a word that means king, ruler, or exalted one, and invert its spell power.
But that's what they do. They take everything. They take everything that's melanated and invert it.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will give you that. But I think the word nigga is a special one, because we've convinced everyone except the informed that it's ugly, that it has to do with ignorance, that it has to do with hatred and bigotry and violence and barbarism and oppression.
Because they only care about how white people used it.
Well, what happens when you know, brother? That's what I'm going even deeper.
It should be a paradigm shift. It should change your way of thinking.
That's what's happening right now.
But a lot of people are still stuck on it because they either don't pay attention to what it really means,
or they don't want to.
Yeah, or they just don't give a shit.
No, you know? they don't. I think that's where we're different in here. We're different in here.
Yeah, because it tripped me out when I saw Chuck D trying to get the word banned on Twitter, right? I'm like, wonder if, I know Chuck knows a lot of shit. I wonder if he actually knows the root of it, or is they just trying to get it banned because white people are using it so damn much.
Well, I think the white use of it, for me, if you as a and I tell you what, brother Nasir, we gonna go, young Jedi, we are going right down that road. I'm gonna find a video for you and we gonna hit that right after I talk about this. When somebody white uses the word nigga, whether they try to flip it out in passing, whether they use it in fascination after asking for permission, or whether they use it as a dirty slur, you're not telling me about me. You're telling me about you. You are telling me about what you're willing to ignore that your people did to make this word ugly between us. You are telling me that you are willing to ignore the pain and the suffering, regardless to what the true meaning of that word is. Regardless to what the true meaning of that word is. You're willing to leapfrog over that in order to have a license to get that charge you get when it comes across your lips.
Man, fuck just white people, huh? When anybody uses it that ain't black. I was just having this conversation at work, and the dude that's half black and half Spanish, and he was talking about how they got a culture war in their family about, or he been having a culture war in himself about it his whole life about which side or whatever. And I'm like, hey, do you let the Spanish people say that to you? He's like, they say it all the time. I said, that's not what I'm saying though. You feel me? Like, should they be saying it? I don't care what they doing. I said, should they? We just had this conversation for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, anybody, I said, it's a disrespect, bro. I don't let nobody say it. I don't care who you call yourself. You don't get to call it to me. Now y'all having a conversation amongst yourselves, and you cool with it. That's between y'all. But as soon as they directed at me, we got a whole other situation going on over here, partner. Hey.
Okay.
I don't care what you think you mean and none of that. You ain't one of us. Don't play with negative or positive. Ain't no, just don't play with it.
Yeah, but we can feel the energy behind it. No matter how you try to play it off.
That's true. And then here's the other thing. I'm gonna use Brother Bruce's house as an example. There's a rule I break in my own house. Always take your shoes off in here. 95% of the time, I walk around barefoot in my house because the thought of what you track in your house is fucking nasty. I don't do that. Because I paid to put the floors in here. I mop the floors. I buy the shit that cleans the floors. I buy myself that 5%. If I go to Brother Bruce's house, or Brother Diverse's house, or Brother True's house, and they have the same rule, I don't give a fuck how cool we are. I have not bought the license to break that rule. That is the same thing with the word nigga. All three of y'all is my niggas. We in the house together. When you walk your strange ass in here, Brother True, Brother Bruce, I wish you had been there. I think Di was there. When the young girl came into the room in No Man Monday, young white girl. And she was
Record Stove.
Yeah, Record Stove. You saw Record Stove, True?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, here's what happened. I gotta, and I'm gonna play this video in just a second, Brother Nasir. I got a thing, bro. It rubs me the wrong fucking way when white women talk about black women. Because I do not excuse them from white supremacy at all.
You can't.
You can't. You cannot.
Foundation.
Yes. Okay. The suburbs was made so that the white man could get them away from us so they can have their babies in peace.
Right. It don't matter how cute they are, how thick they may be, how urban they claim to be. They still need to know the truth about themselves.
Brother, come on. So we were in this room and we were discussing some things. The room is basically about male-female relationships. And I could tell where she was going. She was gassing her little car up to start talking about sisters. And I said, no, I'm going to have to stop you right there. And here's why you have to stop. I made her get a pen. And I said, write this down. WRECKA space STOW. Now tell me what that say. I don't know. Recca Stowe. Do you have any idea what that is? No. I said, where would you go if you wanted to buy a James Brown album? And she goes, I said, that's right, a record store. That's culture. That is my culture. Everybody black in here knew exactly where the hell I was going once they worded it out. Mm-hmm. You don't, because this is not your culture. So when you are in culture around me, I suggest you wipe your feet, come in, sit down, and chew with your mouth closed. You don't get to just trample through sisters around me. Fuck that. I don't care what I say about them. Your ass ain't.
I don't play that socks shit. On too. She better have clean socks on.
Yeah. That's something else I can't stand. Niggas will tell you to take your shoes off in their house and they fucking carpet dirty. You ain't doing nothing but fucking up my socks. Your dirty ass. Now,
My bad. Go ahead, Jeff.
let me see.
Culture.
All right. Here we go. Check this out.
About the word nigga. In that sense. Very controversial topic, especially in the United States. I'm quite sure all over the world. It's funny you asked me this question because I just wrote a book called Real Niggas, Niggas. It's a 600-page book on this very word. I dug deep into the word itself, and of course the surface information is that the word nigger, Nigger, is supposed to be a derivative of the Portuguese and Spanish negro. That's not true. And people cite it all the time, and even some dictionaries try to go back to that, but it's not actually true. I don't have enough time to cite a 600-page book to you here, but the main thing is that this word nigger, Nigger, actually comes from the Latin Niger, or what is called Niger. The French still say Niger. It actually comes from Latin. From the Latin, we get Portuguese, Spanish, English. We get a lot of even German words, even. We get Dutch as well. Some Dutch words come there, and Scandinavia as well. The idea is that when one country or one group invades another group, the kings and high people, the priests of the invaded culture, they use the same names to describe these people, but in derogatory terms. So the word nigger originally meant king. It comes from the word negus and nagas, and negus, nagas meaning king of kings. There's also, just to go deeper with that, because even before negus and nagas, you get this word called nga, which is a word called nya. And it goes back to the what is called the Xhosa, the Xhosa click language. And when colonial powers were coming in and invading Africa, the priests would have been called the Nkosi, the Negus, the Naga, all Nagari even, which gets its Indian origination over there, the Devanagari writing. They start calling these names derogatorily. There's nothing derogatory about the word nigger, negro, nigger with an A, naga, negroes, nothing derogatory about that. It's when colonial powers are saying, when a racist is basically saying, you know what it's like? The word American, used to be written in England like the word nigger is today. The word American in England in the 1700s in England was written like, a marginalized lower class people. To be called an American was to be degraded in that sense. And so many other titles as well, like Christian even as well. To be called a Christian during Roman times was the same as being called nigger. It's when these groups gain power that the names used to degrade them becomes the names to empower them, or vice versa. The name you once had for power, once you're invaded, they say, like if somebody invaded America, like when China invades America. So when China invades America with the help of Russia, when that happens, you could notice in about 100 years somebody saying president. and you're looking at him, president, and you say, you know, we're looking down on the word president. So in our time, to say president is something great. But if another country invades the United States, that word president becomes, oh, you the president. You just the president. And after a while, you say president becomes a racial epithet. It becomes something disrespectful to say. But it used to mean king. It used to mean ruler. It used to mean head of state. Well, this is the same thing. I broke it down over a 600-page book that really gets more in depth with language, linguistics, where words come from. Words are about meanings, but sounds are about intentions, right? It's something different. Sounds are intentions. And when you really want to get to the deeper part of a word, you got to get into the sound, the intent of the sound. What did nya mean? Nya. That's what this is what negro is, all of it comes from, the word nya. And so where does that come from? The sound, right. Yeah. I will give you the book. Yeah. I'll give you a copy. I'll hit you up with it.
Okay. So now that is available. That is not a mystery. That is not once knowledge can be found, brother. That's what makes us the wise ones and different than the truly lost black people of the 19th and 20th centuries. Is that we have access to information like never before. So when you run across people who you give that to, and this brother has cited references where he's talking about, there's not some shit he feel. He cited references to it. When you run across people who will look that in the face and keep going, niggas that can still find a way to justify saying they grace over poor. Bruh. You already know what kind of fucking zombie you're dealing with. That's a zombie. That's somebody that got zombies running around in their head making decisions. Mm-hmm. My mind, again, I'm going to say this again. My mind is like a coliseum where thoughts come to do battle with one another. And when a thought dies, I drag that motherfucker out. Wear deodorant every day is undefeated. Brush your teeth every day, undefeated. The 4 food groups, died, thrown out. Milk does a body good, died, thrown out. Nigga is bad, died, thrown out. Because a bigger, badder thought came in and whooped those thoughts. No, not bigger, badder. More accurate. More purpose-driven. In the right. Generally like in a fight. I've seen plenty of big niggas get their ass whooped by small niggas because the big nigga was on the wrong. Usually, the dude that's on the wrong more than likely finna get his ass whooped man to man. You fucking with a dude's money wrong, you fucking with a dude's woman wrong, bruh, that's a bad energy, and it's not gonna serve you well. That's the same thing I have in here. When a new idea, a new concept, get your protein from animals because you need it. That's Bruce. Get your protein from animals. All that shit. Those thoughts die. When you see somebody with a zombie ass thought walking around in their head making decisions for them, don't let that motherfucker get in your way. Don't let them get to you. Woo! Don't let them get to you here, and don't let them get to you here. Don't be mean to them. But you can't let them near what you planning, what you thinking or what you doing. Because they're gonna bring this zombie, and the zombie is gonna start biting shit and turning other shit into zombies. That's just how it works. You cannot have that kind of energy around your get down. You got to recognize the zombies. Somebody still want to make nigga. Somebody still needs. Yeah, here you go. Somebody still needs nigga to be bad. They need it. The same way bigots need it. The same way racists use it on bigots so they can use it on us. Mm-hmm. You got niggas that need Jesus to okay eating sausage. They need it. It's niggas that need the 4 food groups. They need to take the jab. They need it. They need this shit. Let them have their need. If you in here, you a different kind of thinker. You gotta be a different kind of thinker. Your thoughts as we close, Negro.
Man, this went a completely different direction from the title you had.
Man, look, I thought I was gonna be dealing with that because it was really what was on my mind at the time. And Zero helped me out, man. We're gonna retitle this one. And that's another thing, True. I let the spirit of conversation, I let the ancestors inform what I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't gonna force us down that road when this came up.
Right.
I don't do that, which is a lot of times hellish for me to try to like map out a whole show. I kind of sketch the show in my head, and then I'll come up with, especially like for the first church, I'll come up with a few banners. But bruh, if it get funky and it makes sense, we off that way.
Yeah, just gotta roll with it.
We gotta roll with that. I don't stand in the way of the force. Mm-hmm. I don't. And it now that's different than discipline.
Right.
That's different. A lot of motherfuckers let using the force disguise itself. No, there you go. You almost said that backwards. A lot of motherfuckers let lack of discipline disguise itself as using the force, and nothing could be further from the truth. Mm-hmm. That's that shit where you don't think you got to study because you know the steps so good and you can dance so good or you can play so good, you got so much natural ability that you're going to insult your ancestors by not reading the playbook. Mm. That's not using the force. That's apples and bowling balls. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
Well, hopefully this conversation gave people some clarity where they can tell the difference between what a racist is and what a bigot or agent of racism is. Because they're not just white people, they come in all colors.
Oh, bro.
Some of them may look like me and you. And we may not know until they expose themselves. So hopefully this will open some people's eyes up if they weren't open already. It may expose some people that you hope they didn't expose. But the shoe fit, wear it.
Bruh, lace that bitch up and wear it all over town. Yeah. Speaking of that, white supremacy. Understand this. White supremacy and diverse is going. We need to. Those of you watching here, all 34 of you. Next Tuesday. What time is we getting down, Diverse? What time is that show?
What was it? I think 7 or 8?
7. Yeah, I think it's 7 Eastern time.
I think that's what she said, right?
Yeah. Next Tuesday, we are going to be in Libations and Conversation. Look that up. Go to YouTube. Check this sister out. Sister Life. Dope sister. Shout out to her, Brother Fire, her husband.
Yeah, big up.
I am going to bring this out. White supremacy does not work without the black woman.
Ooh, how about it doesn't work without the black buy-in?
Oh, how about that? How about that? I'm going to use them both.
We can delve deep on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to get on into that one. White supremacy does not work without a black buy-in. It doesn't. It doesn't. Anything that you actively quit as a group that is white, that has to do with white supremacy, dies before you all get out. It dies. Anything you have to do, anything that white supremacy works with, that white supremacy supports, that white supremacy controls, that white supremacy condones, dies before the last nigga leaves if we all just leave. Think about that. If you don't take shit else away from this, as I kick all of you motherfuckers the fuck out of here, I love you, but you know I get a perverse thrill out of kicking you the fuck out. There is no survival of white supremacy, in the words of shout out to Diverse, without a black buy-in. It just won't work. Stop buying into it. Oh shit, let me bring Bruce. Bruce is right. Okay. Bruce, you ain't had no last word because you asked. Yeah. Y'all give your last words. But you can thank Bruce for this with his muted ass. You sitting up in here muted all day, so I didn't think you was gonna say nothing. I thought you was done.
Nah, I'm a good listener.
Okay. All right. What's your thoughts, brother? Hit him with it.
Okay, so if you're not into definitions of words and vibrations, then understand this. And what you do need to understand is always this: intention. Good intention versus bad intention. And understand what evil is. Once you get those understandings, words kind of really don't mean too much to you. Finding definitions to somebody that don't mean you no good is enough. I just know you don't mean me no good. I don't really need to know the rest of it.
Wow.
So, that's all I wanted to say. To help you guide you wherever you at. You know what I mean? Because there's levels to everything, and knowing if somebody mean you well or not should be your first shot.
How about that? I like that. Now I'm gonna kick Bruce the fuck out of here. Okay. Who's next? Who's next to give me some final words, brothers.
My final word is this. In conversation, when you have a natural evolution, and the conversation is dealing with enlightenment, it will always equal elevation.
God damn. Damn, Diverse. Thank you, brother. Kick that out of here. Okay, when I tell you me and Diverse about to drop some serious fucking bombs in music, I can't wait. We get down heavy. What's your thoughts, True? Final thought.
Man, just be aware. Just stay aware of what's going on. A whole lot of shit going on. People losing their damn minds. People acting out. Just never get so caught up into it to where you can't recognize what's happening. You can't recognize the energy in the room wherever you at. Hell, if you got to get out of there, get the hell up out of there if it's gonna fuck with you.
How about that? God damn it. And True again. I'm telling you, I love sharing this space with dope thinkers. I love it. I dig it. This is something I look forward to every week. I don't think y'all understand. I dig this show just as much as y'all. I dig doing it. I dig it. I dig the experience, and I hope you do. Thank you for the super chats. Keep them coming. Thank you for the cash apps. Keep them coming. Get at me if you need music. If you like the kind of thing, this is the kind of music I do. I don't try to do nobody else's music but mine. If you dig it, come get some. Once again, I'm so thankful for the brothers that showed up. Young Jedi Bruce, Young Jedi True, Diverse, Master Jedi. I thank y'all, man. We have to sharpen our swords with one another. We have to keep ourselves as sharp as we can. Stay high in thought. Stay high in deed. Guide your ignorance to your wisdom. Pull out of the gravity of the stupid. Sisters, find your peace. Brothers, find your majesty. Uncle Jeff, I'm out.